Hey, it's Dina. We're in Studio 95 today, and we welcome Lucy Angel to come and see us. Hi.
Hey.
This is Emily on the end, and Kate, and Lindsay.
Very good.
All right, and the unique part is you girls get to travel with your mother.
That is very unique. That's very true.
It is.
Or she gets to travel with us.
She gets to travel with you. All right, in the history of country music, we've had some problems with ladies who go out with their moms on the road.
No way. Are you kidding?
Do we ever have any of that?
There's not, like...
I'm not.
Not that we're going to admit.
I'm never a problem. No.
People like ask her questions about that. You know, how do you try to keep your daughters in line when you're on the road? And
They're self-governing now. It's really great.
yeah,
I like that.
Let me ask you this: do you
we
have to keep them
her in line?
Is that a little more problem to keep her in line?
Well,
No,
like,
I'm
okay, the drama that happens
Mhm.
usually happens like in the hotel room in the morning with three girls trying to get ready with,
That's
you know,
about-
who's got the
yeah.
outlet closest to the mirror.
Uh-huh.
Because
Now I'm bringing extension cords, extra mirrors, and we're.
here
Because
we
we
are.
stay in
There's
one
no more
room
drama.
together. We
Because-
just get a big room, and it's just easier for some reason.
There's always accessories that need to travel between.
So I guess you could say we like each other, or we would not be in the car all day and then in a hotel room
Yes.
at night.
Yes.
But
We really are good friends and close, and it's super fun.
we would be hanging out anyway.
You would be hanging out anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. All right. I know, Kate, I saw that you were an Army brat. We're right down the road from Fort Bragg,
Oh, yeah.
one of the biggest bases in the country. Tell me about growing up an Army brat. Your dad was in the Army?
My dad was in the Army. He was in the Medical Service Corps, and I really thought the whole world was in the Army. I had no idea there were people who had jobs outside of the Army for the longest time. So, in fact, I think he was stationed at Fort Bragg.
Oh,
at one
really?
time. Mhm.
Yeah.
We lived at Fort Campbell and in Europe and stuff, but I loved moving all the time. And it's a pretty close group of people that, you know, you just have to learn to adapt very quickly, which has been a good
She's
thing.
a road warrior.
Yeah, I would say it's probably a good precursor for this kind of a life.
It is.
Because you guys are on the
Yeah.
road all the time.
Mhm.
Yes.
So,
Yep. And it's kind of funny because our dad, something he always said growing up is, we're on safari. So it's,
every time we were on
No,
vacation.
yeah, we go on vacation and
We don't plan
plan
vacations.
things, you know, down to the
sort of,
to
you
the
know,
minute.
just-
So
You did
It's
the,
like we're on the
let's just
road.
go and see where we end up.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, that sounds like, what's the most fun adventure you ever had doing that?
one that, I mean,
Mexico-
we've had a lot of fun ones, but yeah, one that's
Mexico
more
was
memorable
definitely an
is
adventure.
we lived in Arizona at the time. That's where
Mhm.
we're from. And
Actually, we
no, we
lived
lived
in
in
Utah.
Utah at the time. That's right. Right before we moved to Arizona.
Yeah.
Drove. What did you just whisper?
Keep her straight.
Well, anyway, it was a long way from wherever we were starting out to drive all the way to Mexico City.
Oh, okay.
Literally, we packed up in the brown
Yeah.
van.
The big
The big
family
brown
van.
van.
Yeah.
Hauled a U-Haul trailer with all of our luggage so that we could have room in the van just to relax, and had no plan other than we knew we had to be in Mexico City on a certain day.
And we stopped at all these
Mhm.
amazing places along the way. We
That
went
was
to
so much fun.
Mazatlan and, did we stop in Acapulco?
I don't
No,
remember.
we stopped in Guadalajara.
That's
yes.
what I meant, that's what it was.
Yes, and it, you know, did the whole mariachi thing, and we broke down somewhere. I have no idea where.
On some
except
road.
they don't have any shoulders to the
Mhm.
road, so it's just like the road and then drop.
And literally every time a truck went zooming by, it felt like our van was gonna tip over.
And my husband goes, "I'm going to be back. I'm going to hitch a ride into wherever. I don't know." And so he goes, "We'll be back in like 5 minutes."
So we have two brothers, so she and us 4 kids were left in the van.
For 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because
In
I was
Mexico-
12.
Somewhere in Mexico.
yeah.
And
Yes.
yes. And
So-
of course, this guy comes up and he's like knocking on the window, and I'm like, I mean, there's nothing. You can see nothing for miles around. He goes, "Ah, trabajar." I'm like, I know that word. That means to work. But I don't know what else. And he goes, and then he's pointing, and there's a gate to the farm that's way out, and there's there's nothing, but we're in front of the gate. I'm like, oh, so no caro, no worko. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we lived. It was good.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the Lucy Angel the On Safari sort of
Mhm.
developed into a YouTube webisode series that we do each
Right.
week that's called Lucy Angel on Safari. And
Oh,
it's
wow.
just sort of a little insight into some of the adventures that happened to us on the road and.
Mhm.
But
yeah.
it actually spawned a reality show.
Really?
Yes, we had a production company call us
Crazy.
about
Just
a month
barely,
ago
yeah.
and said, would you guys be interested in doing a reality show, coming out to meet with us? So we went out to LA and met with them. They're awesome people. They do the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader
Oh, okay.
show and a bunch of other shows, but very, very cool people, and just signed the contracts, and here we are, going to
Yeah.
shop it to
This is gonna be
a network.
fun.
It's-
I know.
and well, and the cool thing is because we're obviously a family band,
Right.
but there's a lot of family that's involved behind the scenes as
Mhm.
well.
So it involves everybody.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
they wanted to do it. They want to do it on the whole thing, and
Which
just
I-
kind of, which is yeah.
I think it's
gonna
gonna be a lot more interesting because seriously, everybody is such a character that it'll just be, and that's what it is.
Especially
The
our
whole,
dad. Our
the whole
dad is-
family is
There's 2 more boys too, so.
the, everybody, you know, eats, breathes, and sleeps Lucy Angel, so it's how it should be.
Well, this should be fun. Where did the name Lucy Angel come from? Because you're the Andersons.
Right, yes. Well, and there you go again with the Army background.
Okay.
It's really after a World War II bomber in the nose art, you know. So.
Okay.
Her dad would talk about it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so it's just, the name kind of fit and we decided to.
It's the only one that actually stuck. We had a couple other ones.
I know, we were the Andertons
Yeah.
for a while, we had another couple names that just.
And inevitably, we'd get on stage and it would be like, and the girls. We're like,
And
maybe
the
we should just be,
Andertons.
yeah.
So, finally came up with something creative again.
Well, I'm glad you finally came up with something
That actually stuck.
that actually
Yes.
stuck. All right, I got one more thing before we hear you guys sing.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the most unique thing I've ever seen. Your guitar, and I saw your mandolin.
Yes.
Like that too. Now, did you guys do this?
We did
Well,
not.
you know,
But
Anthony Smith, who produced our album and wrote a few of the songs on there, he actually carved these angel wings
Wow.
in the front, and I
He got bored
absolutely
one day.
love it.
Yes.
And then, of course, you can't forget the rhinestones.
He's like 6'4", like, you know,
Mountain
very
man.
mountain man, and completely.
so he did that, and
Blend it
I
out.
went, okay, so you have to do my mandolin. He's like, oh no, I'm afraid to touch the mandolin. But he took a torch to it, lit it on fire, and then, yeah, I know, pretty cool. I've got stickers, I've got, yeah. I mean,
But I'm
just
sort of in a
everything is just so
predicament
cool.
now, though, because I really need to get a new, better sounding guitar, but I'm so attached to this and the wings that I'm in a pickle.
Uh-oh. How do we fix?
Dill or
Maybe
no?
you'll have to go back to work on a
I
used
know.
guitar too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one can go in the museum.
There you
The
go.
very first one.
Yep.
It's cool, and yeah, we do.
That's
You'll see
great.
him. You'll see him on the reality show as well.
Oh, great.
He'll be.
You know, he did our very first songwriter show here.
Did he?
7 years ago, yes.
Wow.
Very
He's,
talented
he's
guy.
just
Very
extremely too
talented guy.
talented.
Yes. Yeah, he's terrific.
Yeah.
Lucy Angel, everybody, in Studio 95.